folks, hello. I was putting some effects on a track the other day, and it dawned on me that I have no idea how it was that I originally learned to use the auxiliary send and return. I know it definitely wasn't from asking a musician, because if you ask most musicians how to use something, they're always like, "Oh, you don't know how to use that? You're stupid." Or they're like, maybe it's like in Rosemary's Baby, where they're like, Catholics only. I wish we weren't bound by these prejudices. But I have a theory a lot of musicians don't know how to use this stuff. So I'm actually going to show you today how to use the auxiliary send and return to add effects to things. Now, normally, it's kind of hard to see this on this synth. These are the auxiliary returns. These are the sounds coming back from this effects unit. We'll get to all this in a minute or two, explaining. And then this is actually the sound that goes out to the effects unit. And I will explain all that now. So normally in a live situation, your auxiliary send would be used to send a sound from one of the musicians to the monitor, usually of that musician or another musician. I'll explain. All right, you've got your different auxiliaries, and let's say this is the one for the kick drum. And this is the kick drum sound that's going to the monitor for the guitar player. So the guitar player is like, I need more kick drum in me monitor, because all guitar players are British. And then you would see the guy kind of turn that up some. Sometimes the sound guy just, he's had it. Particularly we toured with Johnny Thunders, who would say things like, I need more reverb in me monitor, and they would just pretend to turn that up. But what happens is they would turn that up in a live situation. Over here on the out would then go to the monitor, and he'd go, oh, that's good, I like that. I got kick drum in me monitor on my Happy Man. Now, what we're using this for, and by the way, on this board, oddly enough, auxiliary 1 is below auxiliary 2. Odd. And this is a Vixen mixer, so I have to be careful with this because they don't really make these anymore. All right, so going forward with this, what we're doing is we're taking these sounds, and we can send them individually, and we're going way over here. We're going to follow this, and we're coming into the back of the Korg NewTek. So all that sound, that's going into there. All right, so and I've got them each individually. So this over here, we've got our bass synth. This is our FM synth, our drum machine, and this over here is what we are playing around with today. This goes out to the Uno synth, and then this thing over here, well, that runs down into this Akai sampler. But what we're going to do today, we'll just use the Uno, and I'm going to turn that up a little bit so we can hear this better. That seems kind of loud. All right. So what happens, we are set up with a return, which means that, as I said, all this goes into here, but now there's a return. The return goes out, goes way under there, because I cleaned up a lot of stuff last night, and it comes back into these two right here. Now, we do have if you do only have a mono setup, or you just want to go mono, there is a choice here. It would be this one right here. I don't know if you can see this, but that's your mono in there. But we're going stereo, which always is why you should have tons and tons of different kinds of cables. You're going to need those. All right, so now let me explain how this works. All right, we talked before about sending sounds out to the unit. So if this were we're dealing with the idea of a monitor, that would now be sent out like somebody says, I need more keys in me monitor. Well, what we'd be doing, this is auxiliary 1, we'd be turning this up and sending more sound out to auxiliary 1. Now, you're not hearing anything change right now for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons is that we don't really have any effects going, although we could do that. Let's go over here and let's pick a ping pong delay. Now, you're not really going to hear anything happening with the ping pong delay now. And that's because we haven't turned up the sort of little gain knob that we have for the auxiliary. So as we turn up the gain knob, yeah, you can hear it's already kicking in. Let's turn Mr. Ping Pong Delay off. We're turning him off for now. Not really helping our example. Okay, so here would be just the regular keyboard. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add the effects. there's that ping pong. And you can hear that happening. Here we go. You can definitely hear that now. And I'll go on for like an hour afterwards. So that's basically how you work your auxiliary send and return. I hope that was helpful because nobody ever told me that crap. I think I had to figure it out over years and years and years. So, all right, hope everybody's doing well during the quarantine, and we will eventually have some stuff for you. All right, bye.